Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another really exciting episode of Spider-Man PS4 101. So as we're getting closer and closer to the game's release, more and more information about the overall details that the game holds have been revealed to the public. And along with all this new information being shared across the Spider-Man PS4 community, there's also been recent news about an update to the City That Never Sleeps DLC pack. And if that wasn't enough, there's also a really awesome launch event happening right now in New York City to hype up Marvel's Spider-Man's release. And we're gonna get into all of that right now. So the first piece of new information has to go to the update for Marvel's Spider-Man's The City That Never Sleeps DLC pack, where it's confirmed that the first part of the DLC featuring Black Cat will in fact release on October 23rd. And all this new info has been covered recently on PlayStation Blog's website by saying Spider-Man PS4's first DLC drops October 23rd. Across 3 chapters, experience new story missions, challenges, enemies, and suits to unlock. And this article was written by James Stevenson himself by saying, "Hey everyone, after spending over 3 years working on Marvel's Spider-Man, it's a thrill that the game is launching next week. We hope you've got your pre-orders ready and can't wait to explore our original Spider-Man universe next Friday, September 7th. Marvel's Spider-Man brings many great surprises, story moments, and gameplay that should keep you busy. We know many of you want to know what's next though, and so we're thrilled to announce the release schedule for Marvel's Spider-Man The City That Never Sleeps DLC. The first chapter of Marvel's Spider-Man The City That Never Sleeps is Marvel's Spider-Man The Heist, and it will be released on October 23rd. As you play the base game, you'll realize that Felicia Hardy, aka the Black Cat, is back in town and she's leaving clues across town to toy with Spider-Man. In Marvel's Spider-Man The Heist, she finally reveals herself, featuring new missions and challenges as well as a brand new faction of enemies and 3 additional suits to unlock. You won't want to miss it. In addition, we're also excited to share the full release calendar for the second and third installments of the Marvel's Spider-Man City That Never Sleeps. So starting off with the one that is going to come out first is of course Marvel's Spider-Man The Heist, which releases on October 23rd. And as for the second part of DLC, that is going to release sometime in November of this year, and it's going to be titled Marvel's Spider-Man Turf Wars. And for the final part of DLC, that's going to release at the end of the year all the way in December, titled Marvel's Spider-Man Silver Lining. Now, even though I'm not too sure what Turf Wars is going to feature for the story, I do think that the third part of DLC titled Silver Lining may have something to do with Silver Sable. But no matter what the case, I am still super excited to download each piece of DLC as it releases in the coming months. And moving on with the article, James states, starting today at PlayStation Store, you can buy all 3 installments of Marvel's Spider-Man The City That Never Sleeps for a bundle price of $24.99 USD MSRP. Each of the 3 installments are available for $9.99 USD MSRP each upon their respective individual release, and features new story missions, challenges, and suits. Thanks for all your support of Marvel's Spider-Man. We cannot wait for you to play the game, and we're working hard to bring you additional content in the form of the Marvel's Spider-Man The City That Never Sleeps over the rest of 2018. And just knowing how big the base game of Spider-Man PS4 is going to be, it's going to be an absolute thrill downloading each piece of new DLC that will release in the next few months. Now moving on to some information that was revealed about the game through early access copies is that the base story of Spider-Man PS4 is going to be approximately 20 hours long in the normal difficulty without any side missions. And that just goes to show how much time and effort Insomniac put into this game to really craft a brand new and original Spider-Man story to fully experience in a long manner. Plus, if you add in all the extra side activities that you can do in the city, like collecting backpacks, side missions, and more, this is going to be a really long game. And just knowing that after waiting over 2 years for this game just makes me extremely happy. And as for the next piece of information, actually relates to the total amount of suits that are featured within Marvel's Spider-Man. So in the base game of Spider-Man PS4 without DLC, the total exact number of suits featured within it is actually 27. And since there's going to be 3 total DLC packs, including 3 suits per pack, that means that the total amount of suits in general after all the DLC is released is actually a total number of 36. And given all the other Spidey games that have been released in the past, Spider-Man PS4 is going to mark itself as the only game with the most amount of suits to be featured in any other Spider-Man game. And I don't know about you, but in my opinion, that's just a really cool detail to know. So with all that new info out of the way, the last thing I want to discuss about in this video is how hype Marvel and Insomniac are making the launch for Spider-Man PS4, where Marvel Games went on Twitter by saying Team Marvel Games is in Spidey's hometown of New York City. Join us in celebrating the upcoming launch of Marvel's Spider-Man. And the coolest thing about this launch event is that they're showing off brand new artwork and screenshots of the game, totally ranging from awesome character models like Yuri Watanabe, Silver Sable, some cool artwork of Mr. Negative facing off against Spider-Man, and of course Peter showing off his half and half duality between Peter and Spider-Man. And just knowing how close we are to the release of this game, it's just really cool to see Marvel and Insomniac totally hype up the launch of Marvel's Spider-Man. But anyways guys, that's all the news I have for you today, and please let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think about all the new pieces of information that we got about the City That Never Sleeps DLC pack, and and what do you think about the game being over 20 hours long in the amazing difficulty? Overall, I am just so happy that this is going to be a really lengthy game, and just knowing that the over than 2-year wait for it is definitely going to pay off, plus the Black Hat DLC definitely has me excited. But anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.
But now, I have even more guilt over my feelings for the Black Cat. I think I'm falling in love with her. Am I being a traitor to Mary Jane's memory? And what kind of new curse would my love bring to the Black Cat?
Tag Spider, you're it.